Fireman here, and I'm about to give you guys an top speed tune. This is gonna be a little bit of a break from the engine swap tunes. I'll be posting another one later this week. The only reason I say that because this is a requested one from Jazzy. So this more of a disclaimer, should I say, about this car, the 918 Spyder. This is more of a track car. I've done what I could with it, and the problem I have with it is that it's one of the few cars in the game that have a battery. So if you're able to keep the battery up and all that stuff, that's not on Route X, should I say, it's gonna be a 248. But on Route X itself, you'll hit the 248, and then as I'll show you a little bit, soon, a little bit later, that by the time you hit the first turn, you're gonna lose all that battery, and you're going to go down to a 220 top speed. Which, granted, for all the other cars I've posted and all that stuff, that's considerably slow for the 220. 248 it's really good. I just wish there was a way you could manipulate the game to where you can keep the battery full, so you can keep all the extra horsepower that you're getting from the batteries. Because that's quite literally what's happening. But other than that, I'm going to give you guys what I have for suspension and transmission. So the suspension is going to be the same like it usually is, all the way down front and rear. On this one, I have an 85 on the front, just to make sure that it keeps the nose low enough, but not too low to where you're just going to spin out. Because if the nose dips down too low, it will pull the car and in the whatever direction you turn a little bit too hard, so it's giving it too much grip. So that's why I have it 85 on the front, but the rear is at all maxed down at 100. Anti-roll bars, I don't touch them for the most part. I will say that I am starting to mess with the anti-roll bars now, because some of the cars I've been working on, mainly the engine swap tunes, some of the cars, for anybody that's watching this that have watched my other top speed tunes for the engine swap cars, if you guys are having any issues whatsoever with the car like shifting too much, bring up the anti-roll bars at least up to 8 to 9 on the front and rear. I don't want to do 10 because I think 10 will make it a little bit too stiff, and it may actually cause you to spin out a little bit too, about the same as it would be if you had them at 4. So just giving you guys a heads up on that one. The compression is going to be 40 front and rear. Expansion is going to be 30 front and rear. The natural frequency or swing rate is going to be all the way down front and rear. I have the camber at 3.0 on the front and 1.0 in the rear, just to give it a little bit of a edge on the grip on the front, mainly because, as I said before, this is going to be more, it's not going to be, but it's getting you guys set up for if you guys don't run this on Route X, but you guys want to run this on an actual track. This should be a decent tune for that, because I tried this type of setup on a Group 1 car, and it actually gives it more grip, should I say. You get more handling out of it with how the setup is. I mean, you have to fiddle it a little bit with it, a little bit, in order to get the handling that you guys want, but this seems to work out just fine on track, to my knowledge. I've never raced on track because I don't really run track a whole lot. Going over to the transmission, you want to take your top speed, automatically adjusted one, all the way up to 460. And then, from what I can remember, your final should be at 3.090. If it isn't at that, bring it down to the final down to that, but this should be stock final. And then all you want to do is change your 6th and 7th gears to 420 on 6th. So if you guys aren't able to get the 1.008 on 6th gear, just try to match the 420 I have on the top speed on that. And then for 7th gear, 500 should do just fine. It seems to be okay with it, because, as I said before, it's not going to be able to keep the 248 unless you're on a track that can actually, where you can actually keep the battery up in charge as you're slowing down and braking and stuff like that. So if you are able to, 7th gear 500 or 0.865 should be just fine with that. And I'm not sure if I did mess with 5th gear, honestly. I don't think I did, but if I did, try to match the 365, because 5th gear is going to be your 220 speed. 6th gear is going to be your 248 speed, because because if you try to stay in 6th gear after you run out of battery, you're going to hit about, I think it was like 215 to 213. If not, it was like 216. But if you shift into 5th gear with how I have here, you guys should hit close to 220. I haven't actually tested this out completely, but it's kind of hard to manipulate the wind speeds correctly all the time. So yeah, I mean, I'm just getting lucky every once in a while when I post my videos with the wind speed. But yeah, I'm just gonna go straight to the tracks to show you guys what this can do, and pretty much just about it. As I said before, this is gonna be more. This car's gonna be a lot better in track than on Route X, in my mind. There's not a whole lot I can really think of right now to talk about. I do know, actually, there kind of is. There is an update on the engine swaps for the cars. We did get, like, currently right now, I have between 10 to 12 cars in the works for to either A, get the engine for the engine swap, or to just upgrade them and get their tunes ready to go. The cars I do have, there are 6 new cars from the 1.25 update that we just got. We did get 5 new cars that have engine swaps, or actually 7 new cars, should I say, to my knowledge. I may have missed a few from the previous couple updates, but I'm pretty confident we just got 7 more. But again, I could be wrong. I did check online. That's the only way I'm able to check, honestly, because I don't know what cars they give us. I don't think they've really told us, to my knowledge, on what cars they're giving us as engine swap cars. But I will be posting them in the next couple weeks. I'll be posting one later this week for sure, because right now I believe I'm getting to the end of the original engine swap cars. But just to take a break from that, as you guys see here, before the turn, I think roughly around like 9,500 mark, you're gonna hit about where I'm hitting right now. But if you shift from 6th and 4th, or 6th and the 5th, you won't be dropping down to 210. You'll actually keep a decent speed. As I said before, it's not gonna be the fastest car, but as I said before, and I don't like saying that repeatedly, but this is gonna be more of a track car, because that's kind of what Porsche does. They're not known for high speeds, to my knowledge. I don't think they've ever been known for top speeds. They've been mainly known for their track cars. Yeah, I'm not counting this towards. As I say here, I'm hitting 221. It could possibly hit 222. But I have really good wind speed and direction with me right now. So without the wind, you'll probably be hitting the 220, maybe 219. But continuing on the new engine swap cars, before I end the video, right now there is a car that I just worked on that could possibly hit another 300. It's not 100% possible, but there's about a 40% possibility they could hit 300. The reason I say that is because it hits right now 292, and that's with me. That's just with me putting a somewhat decent transmission tune on it, because it's like almost all the cars have all the same suspensions. But I do know that they mess with like just how the suspensions are, I guess. Like, I don't know why they did that. But, like, cars, you know, with a suspension like this, as you can see here, it's pretty close to the ground, and it doesn't seem like they mess with it a whole lot, but I think they mess with how the suspension reacts to you driving it now. So, but yeah, yeah. With that, that'll be the end of the video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. Also subscribe for more videos. I will be posting more regularly, every two videos a week, like I did before. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions you guys want me to do on top speeds for cars, post them down in the comments below. I will be doing requests from here on out now until there's not a whole lot of other cars to post. If there is a car that I don't have, I will let you guys know. Whoever asks it, I will let you guys know in the comments below if I don't have it yet, because I don't have all the cars, but I have a decent amount of them. I just don't have a lot of the brand central cars, so it won't be that hard for me to grab those. If it's an older car, that's gonna be hit or miss on whether or not if I have it or not. I have all the, to my knowledge so far, I have all of the used cars, but I don't have all of the Legends cars, because some of those were kind of expensive, and it's going to take a while for me to grab that money for that. Yeah. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.